Hey, welcome back to our second part of our Coglin Forgewright of Ashenzari now. I've thrown the little thumbnail in my place here uh, of our little Coglin, and let's get this going. Now, we left off uh, pretty locked down with Ashenzari, um, which is good. We've unlocked most of Ashenzari's stuff at this point, if not all. Yep, all. And so now for the rest of the game, we're basically going to be juggling through a cycle of um, top tier items. Like when you get a really good, let's say a broad axe, uh, and it's ready to be locked down. We lock that down. We pull off one of the weaker ones, replace it with a temporary piece until we get a better version of that. And you just kind of cycle through slowly to improve your gear while also meeting the requirements of Ashenzari to the best of our abilities. Um, anyway, so that's our gearing strategy. Um, and our targets now are Lair, and then if that goes well, Orc after that. We're trying to maintain our ability to cast these Forgecrafts. Um, I'm going to continue to train Forgecraft in hopes that eventually we get into the big ones, just casually here. But we're going to keep up with our fighting and our axes and our armor, and keep it going there. I looked up this gizmo thing. Um, it will occur at XL 14, and basically what happens is when I hit 14, I can press F here, my character abilities, and it lets me kind of custom create the gizmo based on some random possible augments. So it'll be like this first augment, you can choose between lightning resist, fire resist, and cold resist. So you get a few of those kind of baseline ones, and then you get one, I believe, specialty, like unique flair that only gizmos do. And the idea is that the combination of two of the standard and then one of the specialty is like having two rings, and or it's essentially a custom way to make your own ring and amulet, just not in the same slots. Um, anyway so we're there soon. Just to remember the spells, we have kinetic grapple, or yeah, I don't know if that's grapple. Maybe the end's silent. Construct spike, and the bee. The bee. Okay. It's our hope that we see some books of later Forgecraft. I mean, we have the lightning spire, which is it's great for now. I just can't get there yet with the lightning that I've trained, but I'll probably pump up Forgecraft a little bit more. But the hope is that eventually we can get some deeper Forgecraft to supplement our power level. Anyway, let's get this going. Basilisk is not the most fun. I'll make a bee, and we'll see. Oh, the bee failed. Let's kind of tab our way through this. One thing I'm curious about, let's see, revved I think revved is the state of completion of the revving. The only thing I was curious about is if casting my my Forgecraft thing, does it stop the revving? The question basically boils down to, what is a fight? If the continuous attacking is the fight, then perhaps I can use the Forgecraft ability cleanly. But if it's not, and like you have to literally attack every ability or it stops the quote-unquote fight, then Forgecraft complicates things with that in mind. Looks like we have some sort of like bee hole there. Oh, that's one way to say it. Jeez, I regret saying that. Alright. Move along. Yep, just killing things. Okay, it's not a bee hole, it's a slime hole. I don't know if that's better or not. So let's kind of create a kill path here. Boomerang, get him this way. I'm not quite sure what the if it's worth the trade-off of continuing to cast this grapple. Obviously, it guarantees you get a perfect hit when the swing does hit, but it's like, I don't know. If I'm wasting time while I'm already in combat, isn't it worth it just to keep swinging? Like, if you have a 70% chance to hit, wouldn't you rather have 2 hits of 70% than 1 hit of 100%? I'm not sure. Maybe I'm supposed to only use it when I'm in range, and then you just swing like normal otherwise. I'm not sure. This is kind of the advanced Coglin stuff that and Forgewright stuff that I'm just not confident knowing right now. Yeah. Just building up all the stats, moving down the lair. I want to be beside the thing so that even if I'm paralyzed, it dies. It being the basilisk. It's really nice sometimes just to be Ashenzari's, because you know the map around you. Like, you know, very rarely do you get the opportunity to like just see the map before you arrive in danger points. Oh, so we got our first broadaxe. This is a good start, and we have a unrand here, plus 9 chainmail strength dex. This is an incredible battlecaster situation here. I'm gonna immediately break and put that on. I'm gonna shatter my chest. We're losing resist cold, but plus 9 chainmail. I can still cast all my stuff, but I just got an incredible amount of AC for free. Plus strength, plus dex. I mean, it doesn't have resistances, but that doesn't matter when it's that good. That's a great pull. I was just saying we got the broadaxe now. Let's just check out its stats. It's 24 with a min delay of 0.9 right now. I think that's on par with this heavy, probably. Yeah, it's only going to get better. Do I have a brand? I don't have a brand yet, but it's tempting to start enchanting weapon. What's our K looking like right now? 23 at 0.8 versus 24 at 0.9. So it's not quite ready to be put on yet, but we're getting really close. Am I wearing my chest? Yes, worn. Okay. For people who are not familiar with Ashenzari, if you do shatter something to like remove it, it gets destroyed, and you lose whatever timer you had built up for the current application of a new Ashenzari mark or curse, I guess. It's like you can't see a really good mark and then be like, oh, I want that on a new item. You have to have already prepared an item to be swapped, or you'll throw away whatever that new curse would have been. So you have to preemptively kind of do your swap rotation for Ashenzari. That's what I meant earlier by saying, like, we start to build a cycle. Ooh, Erica. the octopod. I think it's like a fire scimitar, shimmy, whatever. And then a bunch of venom stuff. I have 0 resistances so far today. So I'm going to back away. This is going to be a creature that I deal with, if at all, slowly. My upstairs are all pretty far away. I'm going to try and creep back there. It's good the Komodo is following, just so we can get that all together. Oh. I'm really liking the spike launcher as long as you plan for it. Pull back here. It really helps with the bees and like little things. Ooh, sky shark. That's scary. Let me try to set up a kill zone here. Okay, there's Erica. I didn't get to my safety spot for it. Okay, we got away. So I'm gonna leave Erica for now. I think we have some down over here. Yeah, so we'll just leave Erica. You don't need to engage if you don't feel comfortable. Let's double check. We could buy the helmet now. I'm not like in a super rush because of we want to make sure we maintain our Ashenzari, and right now we're waiting to build up for our chest, and so I'm just gonna hold off just for a bit. So we're on layer 3 now. Ooh, an acquirement scroll. So I just got a fresh Ashenzari, Conjuration, Alchemy, Summonings, Necro, Forgecraft. So this is good. It kind of sucks that it's not like we're not really using Conjurations and Alchemy. It's finally our first Forgecraft related one, but honestly, I don't think that's a one I would want to make a permanent part of my collection, and unfortunately in that scenario this chainmail is something I want to have long term, and so I don't want to actually use that chainmail or that curse on the chainmail. Now we just got an acquirement scroll, so let's see what we get. A broad axe, that's great. What's this? Non-linear momentum. A bunch of endgame kind of conjuration fire spells, basically. Some gold, but I'm pretty darn sure we're going to be going with this. It's just a solid middle range broad axe. It's not a +9, but it's something. It's got pain on it, which isn't like ideal, but it certainly can be something we can use for a while. And having pain, I wonder if Ashenzari is going to pump up our... No, I don't think that's how it works. So I'm definitely going to get the broad axe, and I'll probably start wearing it. The cleverness, though, might be that I actually use this... how do I do this with Coglin? Wield and... I think this has to be our main hand. And then we'll... Let me just check what our next best is. 25.9, 27.9, 24.8. The speeds average out, so I don't think it actually is... Like, this war axe is not as good as the heavy hand. So I'm going to wield the heavy hand on the war axe. And I don't think I'll ever use this war axe again. And anyway, what I was about to say was I can curse this broad axe. I'm never going to be able to improve it, and by the time it's replaced by like a +9 broad axe or something, I can cycle it out. And so now I can probably wait on the chainmail to get its next ideal boost, and then I'll be above the cap for Ashenzari. And so I can then sacrifice something else and swap out the helmet slowly, while keeping my Ashenzari maxed out. Because right now, if I lose one, I'm below max of Ashenzari. And now I have like a solid main hand to go for the mid game. I wish I had more resistances, to be honest, but at least we have some real nice build up for our kind of battlecaster strategy. Our poison would be really nice. This is kind of the home of our poison. This kind of era of the game is where you really want it. Okay, Ashenzari triggered comp and melee, so this might be our big one. Yeah, Forgecraft, and yeah, so this is one we want to keep for the rest of the game, or at least we certainly appreciate it for as long as we ever would keep it. So now we have pretty nice like boosts to our Forgecraft, for example. I could do some light pump up of Necro just because of the pain on our broadaxe. You never know how long we're going to have this broadaxe. But now our Forgecraft is probably super awesome, and we're starting to approach the ability to just be able to cast Forge Lightning Spire just by pure Forgecraft. We're not doing any sort of elementals, so our air is never going to get pumped up. But yeah, but I do want to, now that we've locked that down, I want to break my helmet and go buy a helmet. So I'm gonna go to, we're on layer 3, just to note. I'm gonna go here. Oh, let's get to the store. Let's get our helmet. I'm gonna buy C. We're gonna shatter our helmet. T, we're gonna lose the +1 element of it, but who cares? We might just get a really sick helmet. And it's a +1 helmet of will and slay. This, you see what I'm saying? Like, this is now an endgame helmet that we can feel very comfortable locking down. Yes. Okay. Good stuff. It's nice when you get slay on a melee type. So far in our time doing melee types on this channel, we really haven't gotten any deep slaying. Let's rebuild. It's funny, you play red for so long in a game and you get afraid to stare dance, and you realize, oh wait, I'm not bound by that anymore. Oh. I probably should start using the B a little bit more. I don't know, it's such a weird kind of thing to do. Dodging Forgecraft, this is not the worst. Is it worth locking down that helmet for the rest of the game, though? We would get another boost of Forgecraft. Dodging. I wish it was like melee, but I mean, it is two that line up. Like, they both are used by me, so I think I'll just lock down the helmet. And now we're on the lookout for new items to build up a cycle of item swapping with. Now we just got an acquirement scroll to our top left. This might give us some ideas to where we're going with next. Oh, great boots. That's a nice staff, but not for today. Vampiric War Axe is, it could be considered good. Is it an endgame axe? Maybe not, but these boots are probably endgame. Or it could be endgame, particularly when we're lacking of our poison right now. So I'm gonna break the boots, and the good news is our boots were temporary, so I can shatter the boots. G. And then put on these real boots, and then now we've got a new slot that is actually legitimate. And now we have our poison. Okay, we just got a Ashen Pop. Let's see. Cunning and Elemental. Probably not a good one. I mean, air magic would be nice for the Spire, but I'm not going to warp a endgame item like the boots just to get air, and that's it. You kind of want to double up at this point. We're capped out. We don't need to force it. We're really getting close to that Forged Lightning Spire, which is fun. I just really wish we can get some just pure Forgecraft mid and late game spells soon. So we're on layer 5, so it's looking like we're dealing with that kind of center temple, that merfolk strategy, and this was one of the downstairs that's right beside that temple, I think. So I'm gonna go down a different path, because for this version of the layer, you want to start on the rim and build from there. So our one downside right now is we don't have a immediate strategy for killing hydras. Flame. I guess we do have evocation casually. I could pelt it from a distance, but that's going to take some time. So let's just try pelting it. Let's see what this will do. Yeah. Saw the Hydra. It'd be cool if the spike wall slowed. Let's. Pull back here. We just got a new Ashenzari trigger. Let's see. Sorcery and comp. The sorcery is not the greatest. We're getting a lot of Forgecraft lately, which is nice. But I don't think it's going to be enough just to do the one pip or the one like overlap. At this point, we're going for full coverage. No wasted slots. of cursing. Let's make a bee. Maybe our bee can kill the Hydra real nice. Oh, guess I'll do some wanding. Not loving that there's Deathy Axe beside me. Oh, it's Gizmo time, just a reminder. I'm gonna put some roots out. Let's flame. This is not ideal. I'm not on a wall. I do have options. I could do a whole like poison fear thing. Let's just try to kill the things. Yeah. There's a certain point where you have the power to do enough cleave with these war axes that it's just like, okay, let's not waste resources. Oh, did I miss no, okay. I was gonna say. For a second I saw this lava and I thought, oh, did I lose like a fire cave, fire volcano? But no, it's just a little design here. Oh, okay, let's try to... So we already lured one of the merfolk out. It's a good start. Okay, we've just about finished the outside here, and then you start kind of building inward. Elephants. Got a bunch of resources. Don't think any of those were Forgecrafty. I could probably train Forge Lightning Spear now. Spire. I keep seeing Spear. Charlatan Orb. What's this? Reduces your stealth. That doesn't matter. Interferes with translocations, delaying teleports. It boosts your other skills by 20%. That's pretty crazy. It's not relevant for today because I'm the dual wielding situation, but like this plus like Ashenzari, it's kind of crazy. As long as you boost your Evo. Huh, that's a fun one. Captain's Cutlass. Attacks with this significantly faster. Okay. Disarms when you're striking them, dealing extra damage in the process. That's fun. It's not really relevant and lined up to today's work, but it's always fun to see some unrand arts. Yeah. If we get a brand scroll, I'll probably start building up this this broad axe, but until then, so yeah, we're gonna let that expire. It's time to build our gizmo. Okay, okay, so I get to pick one of 3 gizmos. Let me read them. So the first one, Rev Parry. Your AC increases as you rev, and while fully revved, your attacks may disarm. That's pretty cool. Our Elec is insane. Our fire is always good. So far, so good. Slay +3, sick. Our cold, never bad. Your spells cost less MP as you rev up. Whenever you cast a spell, you make a melee attack against a random enemy in range. Interesting. So, like for example, if I cast Grapple, that's a spell. and then it's going to immediately make the melee attack, and so that would activate a grapple cast. That's interesting. That's very interesting. And then whatever this beast of a thing is, am I still examining? It's forward rampage. That's not as great as you think. Acrobat, it's all right. Our poison, not relevant right now. Our core, that's relevant. MP doesn't really matter. And whiz, I mean, it does matter, but this one is basically just like, I'm gonna make you some rings and amulet stuff and put it all in one thing rather than something like actually cool. Honestly, that first one is so defensively sound. I think I have to take it, even though the second one would be interesting. But the thing is I'm not constantly casting spells. I have things that just, you cast them, like Forgecraft, you make saw blades, and then you don't cast any more spells. So that spell motor isn't as big of a deal as I wish it was. So I'm going to have to take this one. It will let me live in all scenarios better. And so now I have built in our Elec, our Fire, and Rev Parry. Yeah. I mean, that spell motor one would have been fun. But, okay. So we're going to start Orc. Orc 1. Oh, we just got to refresh Self and Beguiling. This is probably good. Beguiling actually isn't great. That's unfortunate. For a second I thought that was the Forgecraft one. Honestly, we're not doing much translocations at all. Yeah, unfortunate. I mean, if we get a spell servitor, but I mean, we wouldn't even use spell servitor because we'd have to be able to cast a spell that would be worth the servitor casting. I'm gonna try Lightning Spire. Oh, didn't work. Lightning Spire. Am I failing? What's my cast? Oh, it's still 22. Okay, I got a little ahead of myself. So here's Orcish Mines 2. I'm gonna go up the stairs first though. And I guess I just start blasting. So anyway, I just started blasting. Nice Vamp Spear, not too bad. Let's bring an edge here, build a kill path. Oh, we got a big Orc 1 on this alternate entrance. So our rev is, yeah, because of our gizmo, like our AC right now, fully revved, is insane. I'm barbed, so I'm going to start making a B and back at it. Kind of wish my B started. I'd be curious because I can. No, I don't see on the other side of the wall. I just can hint at it. I wish I could just stop being barbed. Okay, here we go. Maybe I'll be. All right, that was a little weird. I just kind of got permanently barbed by those hell dudes. But that's okay. We actually have a serious, a real serious Orc 1. But let's just kill him from afar with these new abilities. I'm going to try to get out of range here. Don't die. Heal up. Let's make a spire. If it fails, we'll pull back down. We're good. Stop him from using his bow, which, I mean, our EV isn't great. That's something I wish we could work on. Okay. If we could get something with reflection on it, that would be real sick. Enchant weapon, enchant armors. It's a nice chainmail willpower, but I mean, we have a sick chainmail now. So we have some sort of end boss room there below us. We've got an alarm on this floor. I'll probably use this to scare everyone out in the end. Okay, I didn't want to activate that area, but here we are. Okay, that's that. Okay. All right. Let's pull back. And use this spire to our advantage. Oh, it didn't cast in a good spot. That's okay. We've got great will today, so we can make do with kind of being front facing of these caster types. All right, and just work them away. Oh, that's unfortunate. Getting a ring store, not being able to use them. This is nice though. I'm guessing we're gonna get some value here. I mean, some great spells. Here's Forge, Monarch Bomb. It's almost 2 endgame, but I'll note it as being there. Servitor. I don't think I'll ever be able to cast Servitor, and even if I did, it wouldn't be being able to cast anything of like itself. So that's unfortunate. I'll mark it though. Weapons. This one's a good one. Platinum Paragon. Here's the one that we're hopefully to get. It's pure Forgecraft. It is a level 9. So super end game, but this guy can like control Zot. So I'm gonna make sure we note this, and we now have an end game Forgecraft target. Simulacrum, I think is no, it's not. And OK is Forgecraft. I think these are a lot of the mid game Forgecraft. Armor, Awaken, Flanks, Beetle, Fortress, Blast. Yeah, these are nice. So I'm gonna save. Actually, I have enough for this. I'm gonna see what else is in the stores. But then we now have a great option for some spells. Wow. Okay, so we got some good gloves and spiked Storm Dragon scales. Now we have our lightning built into our character now. So that's less cool, but those gloves, we don't have like special gloves, so 180 gold isn't too bad to get a chance at a good glove. So I'm gonna finish the floor, and then we'll have our count of cash, and then we'll make some purchasing decisions. But so far so good. We just got a fresh Cunning and Beguiling. Nope, not interested. Oh. Okay. pretty steamrolly right now. Let's build up our strength. Okay, so we've got actually quite a lot more gold now. We don't have to like super save for our Book of the Fortress just yet. Or sorry, no, the Book of Weapons just yet. Paragon's a way off. So I can buy both the Book of the Fortress, which is here, and I can buy those gloves, which are here. What did we get? Honestly, not as great as gloves as we probably had hoped. It's a +2 versus +1, +4 int. Int is relevant because we're still a caster, so I mean it's better than what you would assume. So I'm gonna shatter my gloves, and then I'm going to put on these new gloves. Oh, I guess I didn't shatter it. I want to shatter the gloves. I'm going to put on the gloves. And we'll have to use a good enough curse on the gloves. It doesn't have to be too crazy. It just has to cap off our god again. Okay, but more importantly, we can train some interesting forgecraft. So Forge Phalanx Beetle constructs a small mechanical guardian which bolsters its greater armor class for as long as it remains. Okay, that's cool. It can bite. Okay, and spell power helps the defenses. That's nice. Fortress Blast draws upon its own physical integrity kinetic shockwaves. Oh, but the damage is based on my AC, and I'm a very good AC character, so I'm going to have high damage on this. So both of these are really nice. One buffs my AC, and the other one uses my AC to do real damage. So I won't immediately move them around. I'm going to know that they're there, and then we're going to build up our spell casting casually. Forgecraft goes up. Yeah, this is looking really synergistic. Okay. So we've done Orc. Do I have any cash more? Do I need potions of curing? Where's our... I do. I have no potions of curing. That's kind of weird. So I'm going to have to, unfortunately, buy that at that cost. And we're going to work on D11, I believe, is our next target. There's a broad axe. Can we use capes? Ooh, that's a nice cape. What is our current cape? It is just a cape. I'm gonna hold off putting this cape until I can cap off these weapons, but this is a great cape. Endgame cape for me today. I wonder if I can summon some stuff here. Oh, it's that. I've seen one of these before in the vaults now. And now my AC is insane. And let me try like casting. Okay, it's not the biggest of range. I wonder if it's synergistic. Like it calculates the AC after the application. So blast is happening. Explosion. Interesting. Okay, I'm going to cast blast. I can still do abilities, and then it explodes. It's very interesting. Don't forget your basic spells. Just because you got brand new ones doesn't mean the old ones are dead. New Ashenzari. Let me just kind of go here. Elemental and Fortitude. Oh, that's not a good one. Just being honest. It feels bad holding off for a new one, but that's just not a good set of curses. Ooh. We're not going to use it, and we wouldn't even if we were. Still no broad axe, or sorry, still no brand weapon. Okay, Dungeon 12. What do we got here? It's actually not that bad if I didn't already have covered those resistances. Do this. Let's make a lightning spire. Very distant tolling of a bell. We have like no gold left. We'll try to make it. Sometimes there's gold in the map when you enter it. So even if it's just to get some gold, there it is. You can see the tolling in the distance, but you see it because of Ashenzari. It's unfortunate we have almost no gold, but we'll see. We'll see what we missed. Oh, we can get some curing, perhaps. Let's see. I mean, it's not the end of the world missing those things. We got a new Ashenzari with Forgecraft. This is not great either. But it's better than nothing. What if I cursed the gloves? I will probably replace these gloves eventually, so I will do this. We can't afford any books, even if we wanted to. Those diamond blades would have been nice, but bad mace. Okay, we didn't lose too much. Let's just get the potion of curing and get out of here. Okay, finish off the floor. No need to get fancy with the other stuff. This is a pretty easy floor. Okay. Let's get ourselves through. Ooh. Now this is a tempting time to use the blast. I'll use the blast. We'll see what happens. Yeah, that's great. I mean, you don't have to use it. I could have run away. It's perfectly fine, but it's cool to see the power. Beguiling and cunning? No. Let's make a bee. Really want to get that repulsion cloak on as soon as possible. Our one current weakness is getting pelted from a range. Like, we can kill them from range, but it's not automatic. But floors are coming by fast here. D14. What do we have here? Please, something nice. This is a great one. So we can apply this to our boots. And now I have the coverage to break my cloak, which is capital I. And then I'm going to put on this new cloak. And now I have that extra EV-esque defenses. I'm going to build some stuff from range. Have some fun here. Okay. Don't forget to use all the abilities ahead of you. Got a nice broad axe ahead of us. Let's just clean it up. And by nice, I meant simply a +1 versus a baseline. Sometimes you get the little design on the floor and you think you're going to get an amazing thing, and then it's just like a slightly less bland thing than the one you already had. Okay, let me just check. Melee and Elemental. This is not the worst. It is not one I would want to be permanently attached to in that cloak. The idea is that we're going to have it for the rest of the game, so I'm going to hold off for the perfect brand curse since we're already capped off. Let's let them come our way. Let's blast them. Not in love with the situation, but it's not the worst. We just something summoned a bunch of things. And I just want to get away. Maybe we'll get another magic pip, get a new lightning spire, and finish it off. Let's try to... Okay. Not too bad. Range melee. Range is completely useless to me. We'll wait. Do we get anything useful here? Javelins. I'll get... The nice thing with this character and inventory is you don't need any rings or amulets, and so your inventory is less packed up as just a side effect. I'm tempted to consider Rending Blade, but nah. We have a good package right now. So we have a gauntlet to our top left, so I'm going to head that way. Found a store along the way. Enchant weapons, not too bad. Cancellation, not too bad. Let's... Let's get to our gauntlet. Now, I'm probably going to do the gauntlet. We'll see if there's any interesting items. We've got some enchant armors on the side, on the right. Teleport, scrolls. There's a fear on the left. Healing pot on the left. A cloak on the left. Some sort of cloak on the right. Let's see if we can... Cloak of Stealth is the left one. No, Cloak of Resistance is the left one. That's interesting. I do already have a really nice cloak, so I'm not like desperate for that. Where's this one? On the right, we have a Revelation. Revelation is still good for this character. 2 healing potions, though, on the left. I think it's an even split in terms of value, and I think I can kill both equally. What's our Revelations at? Just 1. Healing potions. 4. I think I have to take the left. As much as I would love some of the stuff on the right. Staff, axes. I guess I'll take it just to say I took it, but I don't need to really take it out of this situation, but here we are. It's interesting. I may find value in not actually binding my cloak. There is some value in being able to swap it, but maybe it's smarter to bind the cloak and then eventually unbind my weapon, and then that'll be a swappable for both of my weapons. It's tough to say. Alright, so I'm going to summon my guys. Boom. Boom. It's not too big of a deal. This is really nice, like, resistances on that item, so I'll take it just for the sake of having something that's resistant. Another staff. This is a staff situation, really. It's not worth even taking that body. So I'm going to drop a bunch of these staffs, though. I'll never need to use that. I already have built-in Aralek, even though this staff is sick down here. Gave our poison. Yeah. Sometimes you just bring them out anyways, but that was a really nice gauntlet. Got some haste. What did we get? Range and cunning. Don't want range. Ooh. Let's build some stuff. Vampiric Lajatang. Let's blast him from a range. I could have made a B2, I guess. This is our depth entrance, so it's going to have a lot of guys. Let's finish off the rest of the map before I do that, though. Build that, build that. It's nice when the Spire goes in the right spot. Back in the day, Spire was like the best spell you could ever cast because you could pick where it went. So not only could you use it as a Spire, but you could use it to block things in hallways. Okay, so our dungeon is done. I don't want to use this curse. Is there anything we want to buy? Probably never going to buy that. How many cancellations do we have right now? We've got at least one. That's fine. I don't want to. I want to save for the spell ahead. Do I want to cast Awaken Armor? This is actually not a bad spell either because I'm using heavy armor. So I'm going to get that as well, just to have like a group of things to help me along the way. If a big creature comes, I can just pop open all my flank speedles and armors that are awoken and just like move behind. We've really got a great set of stuff. I'm enjoying this so far. So our next thing is simply a rune. Yeah, so what do we have? We have Spider and we have Shoals. I think we're going to be a good Spider setup. Shoals will be okay as well. It's just we don't have as much range poke as we might want. So I'm thinking we start with Spider. And so we're going to park in Spider 0. And we're going to call the episode for now. Tune in next time. We're going to work down Spider and go from there. We've had a great time here. We've really increased in our power level. Got some great resistances. Got some great armors. We got our Gizmo activated, which is pretty cool. Rev Parry, Aralek, and our fire. Ashenzari's capped off, and we've been juggling it, trying to get better items and slots while maintaining cap. And we're just going down a solid deep Forgecraft, Axis fighting kind of melee supported, our Forgecraft supported melee character. So we'll see you next episode.